Hello? Hi? Hello? Hi. Hello. I haven't done this in a while, so it's gonna be very... Haven't done this in a while. Don't remember how to... How am I gonna say that it's linked in the pinned comment and then not have a pinned comment? I could have swore I pinned a comment. 10%, 10%, 10% off. Oh my god. Wow. http YuuriVoice.com. Did that work? The volume's a bit low. It shouldn't be. Ah, I do seem to be. Why is that? That's strange. Is the my voice to music ratio decent? Do I sound adequate in comparison to the music? Okay. Okay. Sweet. How are y'all? We have a lot to talk about, but also not a lot to talk about. So we're gonna hang out a little bit before I start talking into Jesus. Can y'all tell that I'm a little out of it? I hope everyone is having a wonderful start to their new year. I am. The start to my year involved spending a week with my mom. She came to town to celebrate her birthday. So that's part of the reason why there hasn't been new content, because I was on a mini vacation, a staycation, if you will. That was delightful. It was actually quite nice. That went well. I started, oh my god. I started a project at the house because heaven forbid I actually take the time to not do anything. I always have to have something productive happening. Didn't wait for spring to do my spring cleaning. I have done every closet, every drawer, everything in my house has been organized. Got rid of junk, put things in boxes, cleaned out my garage, organized all the stuff, which is really nice. It's very nice for my brain. My brain is very, very happy with how that worked. Thea, if you wanted, I would be part of a team if we got together, the Avengers of doing stuff. Maybe we could do that. It's anytime I have just one buddy gets me through so much stuff. Then when it's just me, I struggle a little bit more. Not always, but I struggle to focus on one particular thing, or I'll like avoid a certain thing and do other things. It also doesn't help that a lot of what I needed to do was in my garage, and it was very cold here in Texas, and I was not going to go in my garage when it was below freezing. It was quite cold. Thankfully, that's over with for now. So, yeah. And then, most of you probably know that this stream was supposed to happen yesterday. Yesterday was a bad day, and I think it was like the first bad day I've had in a long time. So it's like, you know what? Let's not stream. Let's not do anything. Let's just take the time to vibe out, get a good night's sleep, and then I woke up today and I kicked a bunch of ass. I finished all the stuff that I was working on, around the house at least. Got the remaining like storage boxes into the garage. Yeah. So that was good. Yeah. Other than that, the Kushina Uzumaki has been a member of Dreamer for 4 months. Thank you very much. They say, hey, Yuri, been here since 2019. You're the best, and your audios keep me in a safe mindset. So thank you. Thank you. That is, man, you've been here. You've seen a lot. You've seen a lot. Thank you for being a member. Yeah. The cats are great. They've been mostly good. They're only ever bad when they like want to murder each other, which only happens occasionally, and it usually involves Mochi. Even then it's never that bad, but like when they cry and like whine and they're getting into a fight, they sound like they're being murdered, but really like nothing has happened to them. They're just mildly inconvenienced. But it's like I hate the sound, right? It sounds horrible. You know, and then I have to be like, hey, Mochi, don't do that, which is the exact tone that I take with him. Oh, man. Also, this brings up a great point. If you have questions, you should use the question form in the description. We're also going to do some brainstorming. So, yes. But I will answer Eros's question of how would you describe Alphonse's hair? So it's sort of like, it's kind of just a grown out undercut. Maybe not exactly like that. Close to like grown out undercut versus, I don't know, almost like an unstyled pompadour even. Something in that range. Something in that range. Thank you, Plus Ultra Otaku, for being a member of Dreamer for 4 months. Saying, glad you've been okay, and it's understandable about the date change. Please continue taking care of yourself and give the kitties lots of love. I will. I will be looking at okay. You will also see we're gonna take some suggestions tonight. We're gonna do some brainstorming for various audio prompts. That form is also in the description. Now that I think about it, I was also gonna use the form to get like merch ideas, but that's the way it's formatted makes no sense for that. So I'll look at chat for that. Yeah. So hi, welcome everyone. It's very good to see you all. I'm well. Sorry for the lack of updates. I have been taking care of myself and was on a slight break. I didn't anticipate taking that much of a break, but then I was like, you know, I should. There's also some things we're working on that will be ready when they're ready. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it. Anywho, the outro end screen template for videos, and then also some thumbnail things we're gonna try out. So those have been in progress as well. So it's like, those will be ready, and then I'll have things, but also like time. It's time to occur. To do things. So the big thing that has been going on is the sale. If you head over to YuuriVoice.com, there it is. You'll be greeted by this very pensive looking Alphonse and a ton of new merch and old merch, all of which is 10% off for the entire month. That includes pins. It is everything on the store, and it's just automatically 10% off. Pretty sweet deal if you are needing to catch up on your YuuriVoice enamel pin collection. Also great if you are looking for some drinkware, because not only excuse me, not only is there this one, we have some new goodies as well. We have posters now. So let me show you a thing about posters. What's a good example? One of my favorite examples. This one is a really good example. Okay, so the issue that we have faced with posters is that you cannot tell fourth wall whether it is portrait or landscape. And basically all of my stuff is best viewed as landscape. So we have 5x7s, which are these lovely just portrait style images of the character. But if you are familiar with the Pocky Picnic artwork, you know that it actually has a whole lot more to it. But it is you know, it's turned on its side. But this is the easiest way to do it, because otherwise I would have to go and like save this image, manually rotate it, re-upload, which it's already a several step process to upload new merch. And despite us begging for them to add this functionality, which has existed on other merch sites, we can't do it. Don't know why. But anywho, this feels like a great compromise, because you can see the point of the image, but then you can be like, oh, and then you see the whole thing. Also, it does say right here, it does say I didn't add any fluff. It just says, important note about posters: 5x7 is a close-up portrait, 12x18 is a wider landscape image. Yes, it is sideways. Tilt your head, rotate your phone. This was the best solution that didn't involve manually rotating 100 images. Thanks. So I've tried. Other than that, so we have a shit ton of posters. Like, I'm pretty sure it's more than just the ones that are here too. It goes, yeah, there's more. Why are you in there? Why are these in here? Why are the buttons in the posters? Gonna go make a note to fix that. Don't know how I managed that. Those are obviously not posters, but it is no, so for landscape versions, they are different. So the landscape one is bigger. It's a 12 by 18, whereas the portrait ones are significantly smaller. And you do literally have to select the size. That's the only, I understand, like, hey, sometimes it would be nice to have the portrait style one in a bigger size. This is just the easiest solution I have right now. I know it's not perfect, but posters are basically the most requested thing, and this is the easiest way for me to accomplish that. Yeah. Anywho, so the buttons kind of spoiled the surprise, although I think most of the folks here have already checked everything out. So they are featured in the stickers and goodies collection. So we got a couple of goodies that are new. We have this bittersweet mug. So the text that you see on the thumbnails, basically the canonical font for the bittersweet series, you can get on a mug. Coffee also is a very bittersweet beverage, which I have some right now. Comes in 2 sizes. It's a coffee mug. You know the deal. What else? Come back. We've got a new tumbler. So here's the thing. You might wonder why the Balloon Boys is a actual picture I had to take of the tumbler, and why this one is the actual way that it's supposed to look in the store. So, at first, it looked like this. Like, this is all you would see. You would see the ass of the cup. You wouldn't have this one. But I found a way to trick the thing that does it into putting Charlie on the front. And then I went back and edited it so it would be correct. So I should probably do that with the other cup as well, but I haven't done that yet. Anywho, it's Charlie walking around. These tumblers are great. I have been a little rough with my Balloon Boy tumbler. So like, if you are not careful, the paint on the bottom will chip. I also put it in the fucking dishwasher, which you're probably not supposed to. Like, it's perfectly fine in there, but it probably wouldn't do that if I hand washed it, but I'm a fool. So I love these tumblers. They're like one of my favorite things that we can put on the store. I adore them. Let's talk about buttons. I love the buttons. They are not always perfect because the way that a lot of our art is laid out doesn't play perfectly with the buttons. But I did what I could. So they come in 2 sizes. You get the 1 1/4 and the 2 1/4 size buttons. They're great. Buttons have they've fallen a bit out of favor with, like, I think about how they used to be huge at artist alleys. But with the rise of enamel pins, it's definitely like people prefer enamel pins over the buttons now. But I have so much artwork to put on buttons it's at least worth doing it. And especially because they look great on bags. They look great wherever you choose to display your pins. So we've got a couple of sets. We have 2 bittersweet sets. Yes. 2 bittersweet sets. And then we have a fin set. I like the set 2 because I included the little babies. I love them. And then, you know, lots of fins. So many fins. Yeah, so I will, you know, if these do well, I'll cook up more of them. They're a lot of fun. Then, oh shit, hold up. Where are they at? Where are they at? I didn't put them in here? Where did... I haven't put them in stickers and goodies? I'm a fool. Okay. I just didn't put them anywhere. Okay, well, we have magnets. Fucking magnets. Okay, so... This is interesting. So, for the stickers, you have to put them on a sheet because they only offer kiss cut stickers. But for magnets, we can do die cut, which is my preferred way to do stickers. So you can get a whole bunch of a lot of the very popular stickers done as magnets, which I love. I do not think they are weather safe, so I would probably not risk it putting it on something that is outside. And then there's also this. I put the Balloon Boys on a pair of joggers. Why is it called Kiss Cut? I wish I knew. I don't know how they came up with that term. But it just works differently from the other ones, I guess. Yeah. Love the joggers. Well, see, I thought I had a whole section on here. I thought I had a section that just said magnets. Oh, I do. I'm a fool. I didn't scroll down. I sure do have a whole section called magnets. Cheddar says, oh, for being a member of Dreamer for 4 months, says, hey, Yuri, just wanted to say thank you for everything you do. Your content and community has been a constant comfort for me since I joined. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anywho, we've got a lot of merch goodies. The Spiral Notebook is great. I want to do more of them. Also, just so y'all know, like, I shipped these pins myself. Also, for people who ordered after like mid-December, your orders were shipped. Sorry it took me so long. And also people who ordered recently, I shipped those a couple days ago. Like, you should probably have them today or tomorrow. But yeah, I shipped these myself. I have my little printer. Oh my God, please don't zoom that much. I have my little printer. I print them out. I put them in a little baggie. I send them. It's great. So I'm going to run something by you guys. So we can do a lot of cool things with enamel pins, obviously. I think it would be really cute and a fun idea to turn the Pocky enamel pins into an entire set. Like, every boy gets a Pocky. It's just really cute. Now, like, it could just be Alphonse and Seth, because that makes sense. But I like things coming in sets, and I like to have collections, because I like to have shiny little trinkets. And if there's a certain amount of shiny little trinkets, and I have all of the trinkets, my brain is happy. Yes. So Izzy remembers that we have talked about this, and we were talking about like what flavors the boys would be. And I think that perhaps, see, 2 is technically a set, but what if I had all of the boys as different Pocky flavors? Because like, if there was only strawberry and chocolate, then sure, cool. But Pocky is known, much like Kit Kats, for having a bunch of flavors. So I think it would be cute to do all of them. Also, like, we have a really great template to work off of. Like, the boxes are the same. The style is the same. It's not that hard to go, hey, we know that this makes a good pin. We have the design. Here you go. Yes, I do believe that we discussed Charlie being banana and Finn being matcha. Now it's not gonna say what flavor it is. So if you want to assume that it is cheddar Pocky, you are more than welcome to. That is a disgusting thought. But that's okay. So if you guys like pizza Pocky, you guys are all right. That's just a breadstick. It's just a very small breadstick. Wait, that's actually that's just like a combo. Have you guys ever had the it's like a pretzel filled with a flavor type of snack? God, I would destroy. I would destroy. I would destroy. I would destroy. Anywho, I haven't had dinner. Pilk Lover, thank you for being a member of Dreamer for 2 months. And they say, hi, Yuri. Sorry I'm a little late. I was taking a shower. But anyways, thanks for everything you do. You're amazing. Thank you. I showered as well because I smelled horrible. You ever just... A good shower and smelling good. It is hard to beat that. When you look good, when you smell good, you feel good. So, I'm all about that. Anywho, was saying that to say that I think I know what I want the next 2 Pocky pins to be. And it's gonna be some little blonde bitches. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I hope you guys are loading up the Q&A form because that'll be my next stop here shortly. I've had some great ramen recently. Some good ramen. Oh, what else have I'm gonna make myself hungry. I had a late dinner too. Like, I've fucked my diet all up. Oh, good job, Thea. Thank you for reminding me. Hey, friends. Remember our Extra Life 2023 stream? Did you enter a giveaway for merch or a commission or whatever else you could win? Check your emails. Emails going out soon for commission winners. There's 3 of you. But do check because winners have been emailed. And I'm buying your shit. I've been buying your stuff. So check your emails that you used when you submitted on the form. You'll remember because you had to like sign up. You filled out a whole form and everything. So do that. Yes. Q&A link. Yeah, if a mod could post the Q&A link. It should be in the description though. If it's not, you might have to like refresh because I edited it a few minutes before the stream. So what else is there? Good timing, Nightbot. Sometimes I swear that Nightbot is listening. Holy shit, what a freak. Yeah. Thank you, Thea. Yeah, what else is going on? I want to tell you guys a cute story. So, my mom, one of the things we wanted to do when she was here was like go eat at some places that are different. She's been really into like travel vlogs for the past few years, like definitely since 2020. And she just likes to eat different foods from all over the place. And there is a really great hot pot spot. There's a few of them in Austin. The one that we went to, I've been to a few times. I love it. It's a lot of fun. For those of you who might not know, hot pot is essentially make a soup in the pot in front of you. So you have a little, it's like K barbecue for soup. You cook it in front of you. You have like a whole salad bar filled with different types of noodles and vegetables and meat. You order the meat that you want to put in it, stuff like that. And my mom, she's older. She's 65 now. And she's become a lot more kind of like nervous as she's gotten older. She's a lot more like self-conscious. And she like looks up the website for the place and is like figuring it out, and I can tell she's getting nervous, and it's pretty cold on the day we're gonna go. It's raining. She's like, we don't have to go. I'd be happy. She's so sweet. She's like, she tells me like I'd be perfectly happy going to like fucking what's the fast food Chinese place? How am I forgetting the name of that place? Anywho, she's like, I would be happy with anything. But I'm like, no. I want to go. Let's do it. So we go Panda Express. Thank you, everyone. So we go, and I can tell she's a little nervous. She wasn't expecting it to be that busy, and even though I told her like it's gonna be busy, like I don't think it's ever not busy. So we get there, and we get in there, and she's a little overwhelmed, but she's plotted out everything that she was gonna get before we even got there. So she gets a little a delicious like apple matcha mocktail, which was fucking mocktail because it rhymes with cock, right? And it was great. It was so fun. Like, this was the first time that I ever like, so I've raw dogged my my broth every time. I never like added any sauces to it, but this time I was like, no, I'm gonna do it this time because like I'm more confident. I'd been like 3 times at that point. It's like, okay, I'm ready to not be so white, I guess. And to be fair, like I can't fucking cook anyways. Like I don't know what's gonna go well in it. But I do know that a little garlic and the house sauce. No, there's noodles in there. I'm saying like I didn't add any additional flavors to the broth. But no, this time I whipped up like It was a little bit of garlic, a little bit of their house sauce, and a little bit of just a little bit of like the like sweet chili sauce. Oh man, it was so good. It was delicious. Anywho, I've got to chill because I'm gonna get really hungry. Yeah, so great times. Anywho, the moral of that I was getting to is that I tweeted this really sweet tweet that I can't even like say out loud again verbatim because I'll cry again. But like this was the first time that I think I started to realize like I've talked about how happy I am that my relationship with my mother has reached the point that we're at now. Because like a lot of y'all, I've talked about it before, but like a lot of Jesse is kind of inspired by my mom. Like my mom was not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Now she wasn't, well, I do not know the extent of how horrible some of the men that she was with were. I don't think they were criminal, but they were horrible. And a lot of that kind of informed some of my decision making with Derek and the nature of Jesse and Derek and all that. And you know, now to be in a spot where like, man, I would go to war for my mom. And she would not always have done that for me. And I do not feel beholden to her past decisions the same way that I hope that she is not, you know, basing any of today off of my past decisions, because I was not an ideal son either. And I think I've just realized like how much I cherish that now, like how important that is to me, because it would be really easy to be bitter and to burn a bridge, to prove some sort of point or to hurt. And you know, I don't want that. Like I will not benefit from that. I benefit much more from having a loving relationship that is respectful and good. And so while I wasn't necessarily working during the earlier parts of the month, man, I felt like I was doing homework. The same way that like a lot of what I've lived through will eventually inform some of my artistic choices. You know, I feel like experiencing that sort of thing has leveled me up in some ways, and will certainly start to shine through in some upcoming stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited, and happy, very happy. There was no way that I would be able to tell my mom about that tweet. And even the thought of it, like, I started to tear up thinking about trying to tell her about it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like screenshot it, crop my name out, crop it a little, and then like text it to her. Because I figure it would also be nice for her to have that, and you know, she can just look at it. Yeah, but also like she's getting older, and it made me think about like, hey, mortality is a thing. So I've learned to one, like, be mindful be mindful of that. And I don't know. I think I'm trying to make an effort to be more present. I've realized a lot of like, man, I feel things so like deeply, and I have a lot of like profound thoughts with my feelings, but I don't always share them with people. And you know, I've realized like it would be such a pity to love so deeply and never actually tell people. So yeah. Anywho, let's answer some questions. Zoom. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Here's what I'm gonna do first, because there's only so many prompt suggestions for brainstorming audios. So let's take a look at those, because I'll end up. I did say flood the Q&A. I did. We'll talk about merch stuff eventually. There's only so much we can even talk about. We sort of talked about the Pocky thing. So, okay. Okay. Rainy said Oron's flirted with due to their relationship with Rook being secret, and listener gets jealous. Yes. So, that's actually on the list, and I think I actually made a prompt for it already, like a title. That's been a popular one. So, and both ways, just leaning into the like, oh, our relationship isn't public, so of course we might have to see people interact and whatnot. So, yes, good idea. Rainey also suggested Rook getting snowed in at Oron's place. I like that. I think with how much Oron shit I have to cook up, by the time that we're free, it will no longer be snowing. Strawbers suggested Seth reacts or walks in on listener cosplaying as him. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's only a suggestion. No, I think it would be cute if he caught them trying on his jacket. I like that. Anytime a character has a specific like piece of clothing, them like trying out different. Okay. I'm also trying to be inclusive though, because not everybody's gonna fit into Seth's jacket. So what's a good way to, I think implying that they've been like trying out the like vibes of his clothing. Cause like it might not fit, but you can kind of like, you can have been doing the thing. Okay. Oh, hold on. I forgot how I did this before. Seth. Various articles of his clothing / jewelry. Nice. Yeah. Some of the spicy suggestions are very good. Let's Ooh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to give you guys some of this to give you context. So there are various audios of a spicy nature that involve being guided. That's all I'm gonna say. This one involves Oron and also involves being in his office, perhaps on his desk or chair, while he's watching and talking through all of that. And all I can think of is like, what if that, but like the framework is almost like they've set the scene as a almost like an interview. No, Cootie, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Okay. Oron. Guided. In the office. Frame. Scening like it's an interview. Oh yeah. Cootie, go on. Don't you just woke up? Don't you need to go get some water or something? Something like that. Let's see. Cass has made breakfast for Charlie. He should return the favor with a Valentine's Day shirt, breakfast in bed. That would be cute. I have to do a whole lot of planning for Valentine's. I have not made any plans. Cootie. No, do not scream. No, don't explain nothing about guided. If you have to ask, then you're too young and shouldn't even be participating. Cootie. More Oron aftercare. Yeah, I think it's also kind of, there's a whole lot going on with Oron. More soft Oron is good though. There's a whole other form. If you look in the description, one says questions, one says suggestions. Reverse comfort Alphonse. Yes. What else do we have? Oron punishing Rook. Yeah. Yeah. More of that guided stuff. Yeah, I agree. I do agree that there will be a lot of that. Let's see. More Dilf Seth. Actually, I have another I have another Dilf Seth idea coming up, so there will be that. Can we? Hey, come on. Yeah, well. Let's see. Glowing Runehelm wants some more Vampire Oron with the bath that was referenced. That's definitely what I think would be happening, is like a soft, like, I mean, that you want aftercare, that's some hella aftercare in that one, of him bathing the hunter, and then also like additional stuff where they would be helping clean up the mess they made, would be around the, hold on, the mess they made around the manor during their fight is what I mean in particular. Let's see. Lucian noticing how sore and tense the listener is and offers to use his heat to loosen their muscles. And this is a short. That's a great idea. Let me go. Goody. You don't get to misbehave just because you're mad that I'm busy. Lucian short. Do share your merch ideas. You can just throw those in chat and I'll try to catch them. Using his heat to ease muscle aches. Spicy. Where are you at? There we go. Spicy Midnight suggests an audio of Al, Charlie, and Seth, like what I did with Yuri, Victor, and Chris. Oh yeah, that's hello song. Why is there talking? I'm skipping this. Thank you. Yeah, I do plan on, there will be the flashback of that one time. Ooh, nothing like my making my voice crack. Clane suggests comfort for medical stuff outside of just the usual, like being sick. Yes. Comfort for like scary diagnosis or like before a big medical procedure, etc. I like that. I'd have to figure out how to, without making it too specific, try to make it, I think there's a way. There's definitely a way. Let me jot that down. Any character for bigger medical anxiety, surgery, diagnosis, etc. Let's see. Some more Cowboy Seth. Yeah, I should just write, you know, hold on. Just Cowboy Seth. Literally anything. Just him. Bittersweet trio fluff with spoiling boo, with some breakfast in bed or additional fluffiness. I like that. I like that. There's a lot coming up with them. Someone says I'm yearning for more bookstore Al. It needs to get spicy. The slow burn is amazing and killing me. That's written. I just have to go record it, which is probably gonna happen sooner rather than later. Okay. All right. These are good. We will come back to these. Oh. Hi there. Yes, that mousy iris. It's going well. More yandere fin. There's gonna be that. There's gonna be... I'm very excited about some of what we're cooking up. Which, by the way, before we do some Q&A, now might be a great time. Wait, someone might ask... Okay, well, maybe we should just go do the Q&A because people are probably gonna ask. I would love to do the anime peeker stickers. They don't offer them through the site. What I could do is particularly is... Where did particularly come from? What I would have to do is source it from a different spot and then ship it myself, which is doable, but I'd probably not a priority yet. I'm hoping that sooner rather than later, they're going to be able to do like weather-friendly pins, stickers. Man, trying to read and talk at the same time is so bad. Okay. Is there a character you relate to the most? And is there a character you regret making? Easiest answer for regret is I don't think there's a character I regret making. I think it's more like I regret timing or like half-baked ideas, but there's not a character I'm like, oh man, why the fuck did I make that character? Like, I don't feel that way for any of them. As for relating to the most, my usual answer for this is like Alphonse and Seth are kind of like two sides of the same coin for me in various ways. Like if you blended the two, you'd get somewhere close to me. And then there's Oron, who parts of him I identify with a lot. You'll see some of those more identifiable traits coming up soon. I've always said that with Oron, the thing that I've tapped into in myself for him is like his need for control, not necessarily of like people, but of like situations, like control of a situation, being able to have all the variables under his control, being able to set the terms of whatever he's getting into, that sort of thing. That's a thing. Yeah. And then dabbling in what happens if you start to lose some of that control. Yes. I knew this question would be on here. That's not even the one I'm about to read, though. Okay. Hey, hope the new year's been treating you and the cats well so far. I'm looking forward to Bittersweet coming back and Shattered kicking off. But besides that, whether YouTube related or not, do you have any fun plans for 2024? Yeah. What can I share? I don't know. I can tell you that I know who the next 2 plushies are and around when they're going to happen, and they will coincide with content. Saying all that should probably give you a big clue what 2 characters that would be. So that's exciting. There is something. Okay. I think the thing that I'm most excited about right now is that there's something about Shattered that you all do not know that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about that. And Shattered and Bittersweet. I can't tell because it's gonna spoil the fun. But yeah. Other than that, I do have some things, and we will get there in a couple of questions, actually. Flexity asked, so any chance we could get an update on the Oron birthday and morning after escape audio? Funny you mention that. So, for those of you who are unaware, the reason why Oron didn't get an audio on his birthday is, one, because it is literally Christmas and I was busy. And 2, the birthday audio is going to be the morning after the last entry in Escape. On top of that, it's going to have artwork. It's going to be the same sort of standard we've set with the New Year's Bittersweet thing. It's going to be that, which is the most Oron has received ever, probably ever. And I will do you one better. So not only is that what that is going to be, it serves as maybe a bit of a like a prologue for Shattered. We sort of set the tone a little bit, like the events that occur and unfold and some of the subject matter is what we will be dabbling in once Shattered hits. So yeah, it's going to be delightful. Also, getting the way that, like, getting Jackie's leveled up artwork for new stuff is very exciting. Because, like, it's been good for a long time, but, like, seeing as her style develops and she gets more comfortable and things just... yeah. Also, You can send merch suggestions probably just to the Q&A form, because the like brainstorming form is a little more, it's formatted a little differently. And yes, in Bittersweet, Christmas has passed, and in Escape, Christmas has passed. So yes, it is a late birthday for Oron, which is fun and ironic because we are literally also in real life going to be celebrating his birthday late. It's a meta, like, it's a meta thing. In Escape, it's not very far after Christmas though, because his knuckles are still bruised and they're on like holiday break. So it's around New Year. It's either before that or after that sometime. I don't feel like it really has to be defined. Yeah. Let's see. Daxon the Dreamer asked, how tall am I? I am 5'10" on a good day. If I'm slouching, I'm 4'3". Let's see what else we have here. Izzy asked, how do we come up with character designs? If you look at our playlist of live streams, we've actually done character design live streams. So me and Jackie work together and do all of that. What else we got? Purple probably asked, do you have travel plans for this year? Also, when will Australia be in those plans? I do have plans, which is something I was excited about for the coming year, but I held off answering that in that one because I saw this question. So I have not flown in a long time, but I've been feeling myself recently, and I've also been shrinking. So in the upcoming month, I will be taking a trip up to Tennessee to visit my mom, and I'll be using that as like as training wheels, because I haven't gone through the process of going through everything and doing all that, and like I need like a low pressure situation first, and then maybe later in the year might go to Canada, visit Toronto. Oh, Toronto. Sorry, don't pronounce the second T. Because there's a big event, and Jackie's there, so she's gonna guide me around. Otherwise, I would be so lost and would not go there willingly. Otherwise, Eden, I would so go. For those of you who don't know, I enjoy a bit of the pro wrestling, and Australia has a big event coming up in February. I think February. Elimination Chamber, which may feature The Rock for the first time he's been around in a long time. And also, they haven't had a WWE event in a long time. So that would be so cool to witness and experience, but I do not foresee going off of no non-North America trips yet, but I do think I'm working up to it, especially as I continue to shrink. That's been going well, by the way, even when I've been bad. I've been so bad, and it was like, oh, I lost another 5 pounds, despite holidays and staycations and whatnot. I do want to go to Australia at some point, if anything, just to see my homies, because I've got a few friends that would be nice to see. I know, I feel like it would be so bad if I don't go, if I don't go see Niagara Falls, just because it's like, oh, you probably should see that if it's right there. Yeah. So yes, traveling. Oh. Edan. I don't know if this is Eden with an A or just Eden, perhaps. Asks, since Jesse now works for Oron, will she be making an appearance in Shattered? As of right now, I don't think so. I think Jesse's the type of character, like, she, with the way that the drama and everything climax, like, let her rest for a while. And I also just don't think, like, that side of his life is necessarily going to play a huge part. Now, that could all change, because I've only, like, hammered out a bit of it. I'm not sure what the final part of Shattered really looks like yet. It could be she turns into a convenient source of conflict, and I'm like, well, fuck it. Let's hey, Thu. Feel like lending your voice to the Mom of the Year again? But as of now, I don't foresee it. I don't foresee it. Klain says, I made a bittersweet animatic for the holidays. I will spend half of my last paycheck on your merch if you watch it on stream. JK, I'm going to do that anyways, but still, I'd love to know what you think. I was unaware of this. If I can get the... I wonder if Nightbot eats links. I feel like Nightbot might eat the link. I would do that. I would. And not because of the money, but because animatics are a lot of work, and anytime someone's done something like that, I would like to see it and also, like, give thanks. It is Eden. AU, where Charlie is the R-Truth of the Bittersweet Trio. Making wrestling references to me is... that's my love language. He literally... oh my god. Who's beeping? Somebody's beeping. Let's see. That's a great question. Seth's Mothman shirt. That's very smart. Great suggestion. Doing more. I need to do clothing merch for the various boys. It's like Charlie's easy, Alphonse is easy. It becomes more complicated with these other characters who don't just wear iconic clothes. Blue, I was asking if Nightbot eats lynx. Not the cat, but, like, URLs. Yeah. I'd want to be careful because so long as, yeah, we can do that. I don't even know what I was talking about. That's a great idea. I'm gonna hold on. It's time. Insert great ideas here. Seth's Mothman shirt. Brilliant. Added me on Twitter with the... Okay, hold on. Let me... Then I have to figure out how I'm gonna... Give me... Not that. Give me this. Twatter. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Now, what is going to be the best way? Give me this. Okay, I think I've got it figured out. Aru, what are you doing? Is Mochi up there? Mochi, don't put dark thoughts in your Bubba's head. Okay. Wait. Almost fucked that up. Okay. Okay. No. Make it big. And then I do this. Aha! Oh. Aha! Oh, I have to hide myself. Hold on. Hide. Okay, it's not gonna be perfect because the... Oh, it's not perfect at all, is it? Hold on. Fuck. Okay. Okay, we can fix this. Fit to screen. Hello? No. All right. That's about as good as it's going to get. Okay. Hey, why are you beeping? He's beeping. Okay. Okay, we're doing this. This might be really loud. Hold on. If that son of a bitch put a hand on my mama, Al ain't gonna get a chance with Derek anyway. I don't know. I don't want to let my mind wander. It's just... Derek is a clever son of a bitch. If he wanted a war, he'd have already won. What's the matter? You think I'd just roll over for that asshole? Why'd he come out without a shirt? By money? What? That's fine. Why'd he do that? Fight for my people. He's gonna need a hell of a lot more than cheap intimidation tactics to shake us. Whoa. Al, your hair. You're everything. I can't go busting heads all pink and shit. I'd stick out like a sore thumb. And I want them to recognize me. I want them to know who they just brought out of retirement. Busting heads? You don't... Al, you don't... Stop. Stop. You know damn well this ends in blood, Seth. It's the only language Derek speaks. He's threatening us now. All of us. He knows about my boo. We don't have the luxury of playing defense here.
What are you doing, though, Stinky?
Yeah. Well, how did that work out last time?
Get his ass.
You want to talk about last time? Last time, you were running a con you didn't let me in on.
Get his ass.
And you were being a manipulative asshole.
Get his ass. Oh,
you tried fighting
that was
alone,
so good.
And you lost. It's not going down like that this time. We're together. Us.
Ow. Hey. Wow. That was so good. Oh, hi, Twitter. Go back. Oh, you can see where I was fucking being dumb. There we go. That was delightful. Okay, how do I come back? Did you? He came in here, beeped at me, farted, and ran away. It stinks. You stink. You smell like dookie. Why he do that? Here, I will, here you go. That's not the right button. Here. This is the link. This is the link to the thing. Send it. Yeah, fuck. There we go. Why did he fart like that? Turn it into Alphonse. Boy, you shitted. Nasty. Okay. Where were we? Oh, let me bring the music back. Bring the beat back. Boop, 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 boop. Holy shit. There's a lot of questions. Which character are you surprised became popular? I didn't expect Charlie to pop off like he did, but I think the most... I did not expect Finn's compilation to go bonkers. So, like, technically Finn is really popular. But, like, I didn't see that coming. Carpyfish asks, will the Bittersweet series be an every week upload or whenever it's convenient? So, for when chapter 4 happens, I'm not posting until it's all done. So, it will be weekly. That is my goal. That's like a hard line in the sand that I've drawn. I don't want to do sporadic posting. I don't want to do any of that shit. I want it to be done and scheduled, and we do it like that. So that's my big goal. And that's how it's gonna be with every big series moving forward. So that is the goal. Special thing with the recent Bittersweet thing, because it's like it's a bonus episode basically, but yeah.
Do you think Finn has any family, or did he just pop out of the ground like a potato? I can tell you that Magical Finn does have a family member. A family member. Let's see. Mr. Squidward. The Squidward? Wanted to start this by saying I appreciate you so much as an language. As an aspiring voice actor and writer, you are so inspiring to me. I feel so welcome in this community as a trans man, so I thank you again. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I wanted to know if you would you have made Bittersweet and these kind of stories without the use of a listener as a guide to the story? Like, if you could go back, would you make it without the listener? Right. So like if I just wrote a book, for example, or even like if it was just an audio series that doesn't really involve a listener insert. Got you. No, I think the best way to say it is like, I think it had to be this way. Like, I do not think I could have found an audience and find my way without it being this way first. Now that my foot is in the door, I do think I could just make, like, if I just wanted to create fictional tales, like if I just wanted to write something or create like a podcast or whatever, and do like an audio series or anything like that, that's strictly like all the characters are voiced and in the thing and we're listening to it. I think that would be doable. But I'm also a firm believer in like, don't forget what brought you to the dance, you know? Like, I don't foresee me ever being like, I'm completely done with like reader, listener, whatever, insert media. Like, one day in the very far future, sure, when I'm fucking tired of doing this. But like, you know, don't forget where you came from or what, you know. If you're able to build something like that, you should probably keep that up, you know. That's not to say that like I never will do things like that. I've talked about how I want to get back into writing and stuff, things like that, which may not always involve, you know, listener insert or reader insert in that regard. But no, I wouldn't do it different, you know. And on top of that, like, I think the character of Boo cannot be removed at all. So, like, sure, you could tell a story with Alphonse and Seth. I cannot tell this story without a third party in their relationship. Like, Boo is critical to so much that if you remove them and what they've done in the plot, like, this Jenga tower collapses. They're critical. That's a great... So Sweet Kaida asked, when is Alphonse's first kiss with the listener? I don't know canonically which audio is the first kiss, actually. It was all very hand-wavy. I'm sure it's in there somewhere, but like at the time I didn't make a I didn't make any like I didn't make a big fuss about it. Cause like when you're doing it, you never since that was so early days, it's like I didn't know it was gonna be a big deal. Ice cream beach date. Okay. Also, like, I've totally retconned a beach being around there. It was, I don't like that idea anymore. That was back when, like, I'm just picturing Stardew Valley at that point. Like, that was how early that was. Like, it's a swamp now. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you for informing me. But doing a flashback to the first kiss would not be bad. And just having it be like, oh hey, this is their first kiss. It's actually a really cute idea. Let me go. Stardew is a farm, but there's like mountains, a river, a beach, a fucking island. Or no, not an island. There's a desert you can take a train to. Like, yeah. What was I doing? I was writing that down. Write that down. Alphonse first kiss flashback. There is an island now. Yeah, I don't. Last time I played Stardew Valley, I don't think there was an island for me. Mushroom Cure says, hi Yuri, I hope you're doing well. Do you have any methods or tricks to help you get productive when you work? Actually, you take a bus to the desert. Thank you. I'm a fake fan. Also, I will answer that question momentarily. Whenever the new Stardew Valley update drops, Alphonse stream Stardew Valley. It's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. Yeah. That should be soon too, right? Like it's coming up. Okay, so tricks to get productive. I went and got diagnosed with ADHD and then got medicated because I couldn't do shit. So what some tips and tricks that I did to be productive is, one, sit down and get ready to do it. Like, actually go to wherever you're gonna go to work. Don't eliminate as many distractions as you can. And just to-do lists help me a lot. Even now, they help me a lot. If you need to physically, like, write it down and then cross it off to get that extra dopamine, do that. Yes, if you are I need something in the background to listen to, figure out if music or, like, podcast spoken word help. Figure that out. Set a vibe for yourself. Like, this is gonna sound a little silly. Sometimes you need to foreplay yourself into getting work done. Sometimes you need to go to your desk, sit down. Maybe you do something that isn't work yet. Maybe you take 30 minutes to an hour to scroll, play a little game, do something. You're here. You're doing it. You're getting ready. Then make an agreement with yourself. Cut a deal. Say, hey, I did a little bit of this. Now I'm going to do this. And then do as best as you can to only do that. Like, put the phone in another room. Because I'm guilty of looking at my phone and taking like micro breaks. That's... Ugh. But yeah. That's a good... It's a starter pack, maybe. For me nowadays, today's a great example. So like I struggled the past couple of days, and today I finally like sat down and got a bunch of shit done. It wasn't everything I needed to get done, but it was a lot. And a good example is, and here, this will be fun. Also, here's a great thing. I have never used this yet. This was a spontaneous purchase I made, but one day I'll use it, probably, and I love it. A lot of the things that are in here are really great tools. So there's this thing called the anti-planner. The anti-planner, how to get shit done when you don't feel like it. And it's like a journal and workbook of different like different activities you can do that help you kind of get going. And they find fun ways to gamify or do a bunch of things. And they have little tabs that tell you like what kind of different things are you going through. So there's little tabs. This one says stuck, this one says overwhelmed, this one says unmotivated, this one says disorganized, discouraged, and extras. So like whatever particular roadblock you're facing, you can flip to that and you're gonna find a whole bunch of little things you can do to try and jar yourself out of it. I believe I backed this on Kickstarter. It is awesome. I've never used it, but I love the idea of it. And if that sort of thing works well for you, highly recommend it. Fuck, what was I doing? Shit. That is hilarious that I've forgotten what I was in the middle of doing. Oh, I remembered. No, questions is too vague. I was going to find something specific. And what I'm going to find specifically, because we were talking about, what was the question? The question was, excuse me, trying not to hiccup or burp, whichever one happened. I was talking about what I sat down and worked on. Right. So, yes. I had been telling Jackie for the past like 2 weeks I would get her the shot list for fucking the Oron Escape birthday thing. And then I proceeded to not do that for several weeks when I really, really, really super duper needed to get that to her so she could work on it. I didn't, because I'm brilliant. Shot list. So for a shot list, it's like, let's use Bittersweet, the recent Bittersweet, as an example. There's a lot of artwork. So I've written a script, and then I give her basically a list of artwork I need for her to like story. It's like written storyboards, basically. And I wanted to read you guys. I have so many folders. Where the fuck? I know you're here. There you are. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to read you guys a couple of shot list descriptions. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Morning, penthouse, living area. Oron is now seated in the chair he was next to, and we've come closer. It's a more intimate shot. Maybe Rook has approached him, sat next to him, etc. He's thoughtful, still warm. Expression shifts to a more serious, a bit colder. He's got a lot of walls built around this particular subject, and he hasn't even thought about bringing them down in a long time, but he'll try. He's thought about killing a man. He's thought about killing a man. His eyes shift away from Rook, but he's not sad. He's certain, reflecting, dark. The corner of his mouth threatens a smirk. In his mind, he's there again, making the choice who made him the man he is today. Part of him hates it. Part of him loves it. But he loves this more. His eyes return to Rook, and he's present. And he loves the present. Loves them. More than he loved killing that piece of shit. Probably. He's concerned and curious. Worried? So, those are a few bullet points in a series of shots. Yeah. And so this is a new thing. I've labeled them all. So it's like, so the ones we just read. So there's C, which is the establishing one. And then there's C1, C2, C3, C4, which are shifts in expression. Then in the script, I've labeled and highlighted where those go. So Jackie and Thu, when she goes into edit, they can look and see like, okay, so B3, you see the little details or whatever, but then you can go and you can actually read like the context. And that is not how we've done things before. But I think this is going to really help. And being able to be like, here, Jackie, here's what you're drawing. Probably helps. Yeah. Anywho, I wanted to share that because it was very fun. He's thought about killing a man. I fucking... Oh, man. Lady first name asks, how's the workout routine going? Do you feel better, stronger? Also, audio idea, Seth workout motivation. I feel great. I was, no lie, earlier, because, like, heaven forbid I keep my hands steady while I'm talking and reading and doing all of that. I was on my tippy toes here in my chair and, like, feeling these new muscles that are next to my shins. And like around my knees. Like, wow. I feel incredible. For those of you who don't know, started trying to take better care of myself at the end of last year. I'm down 35 pounds, which puts me at the lowest I've been in a very long time. And I'm on track to be like a lot lower than I've been in a very long time. So that's very cool. And the nice thing was, like, I just did this for me. It wasn't really like, a lot of people have tried throughout my life to like shame or guilt me into taking care of myself. And finally, when like all the people in your life just love you for you and aren't like trying to pressure you or tough love you into loving yourself, it becomes easier to love yourself. And I also was so fed up with how I felt last year. I was like, well, I'm gonna take care of my brain. I'm gonna take care of my body. I'm gonna do all this shit. So there's no excuse. No one's gonna be like, oh, well, you'd be happier if you took a walk. It's like, no, I've done everything. I've flipped every stone. I've taken every measure to go figure it out. So, it's been great. There's a lot. I'm gonna have a lot of skin. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm excited to see where I'm at in a year, because like I did not think that I would be this far in a couple of months. Like realistically, it's been, so I think like October was when I really got started. September, October, something like that. So 3-4 months and those kind of results is like really, that's great. Yeah, I just, it would hurt a lot to exist. Cause like calling myself sedentary is like the nicest way to put it. So that first month was like a lot of my like core muscles, like my legs, my back, everything. Like I can do a lot of things that used to be a pain in the ass, easily, like embarrassingly easy. So it's cool. And like, I think something that people might not really get with like overweight folks is like 99% of people aren't ignorant to like the health risks, the all the things that are bad about it. Like, bro, we know, like I get it. Like, it's not, I'm not doing it for fun. I'm doing it because like I have a whole lot of like mental things that go on with like taking care of myself. Like, oh, is this, well, I don't want to get too heavy. Ha 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 ha. I don't want to get on to too heavy of a subject. But yeah, no. So it's very satisfying that like I did this because I wanted to, and it's going well. Cause like it would feel so different if like I was struggling a lot. And some of it, I kind of wish that it was more of a struggle, because it was losing an additional 5 pounds when I had not been trying, when I'd been eating junk, when it was the holidays, like I was so bad. That does not tell my brain what I want it to hear, because then it's like, oh, well, it's not a big deal if I cheat, if I, maybe I'll order in, maybe I'll do, it's like, no, that's not the message. That is not the message you should take from that. That's not what we want to walk away with. So, that being said, getting through the holidays safely without ruining all my progress was a great surprise. Like, I expected to have put on another 5 pounds, not lose another. Like, if I would have just been the same, I would have been like, oh, hell yeah. But looking down, because, like, it was step on the scale and be too afraid to look down right away. So then I, like, look, and it's like, what the fuck? So that's cool. That's cool. But mostly, like, it just feels, it just, a lot of, you know, I was in really rough shape. Like, and that's not, you know, that's not me being, like, harsh to myself. It's just being honest. And, I was aware of it, and I learned to love myself regardless. Like, I learned to feel good and confident regardless. And it's a shame that, like, you know, tough love and like, you know, bearing down on people like that, it can work for some folks. It can absolutely work for some people, but not me. Like, if you try to push me in a way that feels negative, like, you're just gonna piss me off. Because, like, there's only one person who talks about me that way, and it's me. But yeah, you know, it's cool though, and I don't mind sharing. Like, I'm not insecure about it. Here's what's really funny. I got a fucking anonymous asshole on Tumblr the other day. I had just started, like, I think it was my first, like, 2 or 3 weeks of going to the gym, and I got a nasty, hateful fucker in my inbox that was like, have you thought about losing any weight? Last time I saw you, you looked like a Discord mod. And it's like, if you only knew. Like, at that point, I had lost like 5 pounds and had been taking so many measures to go take care of myself. And it's like, first off, if you're unironically using Discord mod as like an insult, you're like 13 and you can go fuck yourself. But I just laughed because it's like, it's so funny. Like, that would, you know, many moons ago, that would bother me. That would bother me. But like, now it's just like, I may be a lot of things, but I've never been someone who would anonymously send some fucked up message to another person. Like, even at my lowest, when I was behaving in ways that were reprehensible, I never thought, it never occurred to me that I could go anonymously say something vile to someone. Like, that is so pathetic. So it's like, bro, I might look and be a million things, but I've never been you. Thank God. It's funny because, like, I've never received a ton of hate like that. And like, you could easily find things to poke at about me. And it's not that it hasn't happened, but like, being an internet person and being like, I am publicly me. I'm me. There was never a face reveal. It was, I'm me. Like, it was never a big deal. It was never a secret. I was posting selfies within the first month of being YuuriVoice. I didn't give a fuck. And were those selfies flattering? No. I don't know what I was up to back then. But, oh, yeah, I'm aware you can block anons. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did block them. Yeah, but anywho, I'm feeling good, and shit, you know? I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see where I end up. And like my goals are super realistic. Like I never want to be a skinny guy. Like I think I look better with weight on me. I just, you know, I want to be comfortable and I want to like, you know, take care of myself. So like my goals are like fairly attainable too. And then it doesn't have to be about like losing weight. Then I can just like put on muscle, whatever, it'll be fine. And that's exciting. Like I didn't think that was gonna be like I didn't think that was gonna be a thing. So it's very cool. Very cool. And just like, it's definitely like the way my body feels and how things that used to be exhausting and uncomfortable are no longer that way. Like, here's the big thing. Standing in lines has been my worst enemy because my back will start to hurt, my knees will start to hurt, my feet hurt. If you could get me to stand in line for like 20 minutes, that's about all I got for you. Like, I don't think I had a whole lot more in me. But as fairly recently, I was in line for like an hour and like was fine. Like, it wasn't great. I don't think no one loves standing in line, right? Like, one, we're not meant to just stand in place, standing on like concrete indefinitely. But for my small folks out there, it is worse when you're carrying around like 3 people. But yeah, just little stuff like that. And like eventually I want to take a trip to Japan. And Japan is like public transportation, public bathrooms. I am so scared of having to go to a like traditional bathroom, because sometimes it's just a hole in the floor and you got to do a squatty potty situation. Bubba, I was not able to like squat. Like my squats were like little baby squats before. Now I can like drop it low. So, you know, just little things like that. And the other day got to go like actually try clothes on, which I'm not trying clothes on at a place. Even when I was a small guy, I was not that guy. But like I'm down a couple sizes in various brands. So I got like some cute fits, and I'm feeling great, you know? Like I don't think I felt as like kind of outgoing and like confident is the word, but it's like confident in a whole lot of ways. Like I'm confident that I'm funny, which is like I've always been funny. I've been funny for a long time, but now like I know I am, which nothing's changed other than like I've made some changes with my mental health and with my physical health. Like here's a good example. Went out for a meal with my mom, and the hostess at the place we went to tried to throw some paper towels into the garbage can and like missed. And you know, we like shared a laugh, whatever. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I should say, there's like, I can say something. I can say something funny and fun about this. So like we get seated and she's about to go, and I was just like, and by the way, if anyone asks, I saw you shoot that half court 3-pointer swish. Like just a quick, my delivery was also a lot more smooth than that, but like, you know, just make a little joke out of it. Cause like I would be very embarrassed if I shot a brick right in front of the new customer. There's a dirty rag on the floor. Like, oh my God. So like, you know, make light of the situation. Let them know like, hey, it's cool. Like that's something I never would do before. So like little things like that. I'm just telling, like, I can tell that I'm much more me, which is great. Like if I get to be more me, I'm very happy about that. And also like in boundaries as well, like I've just noticed that like if anyone, normally I'm very conflict avoidant. Even if it's not a big deal, you just need to like speak up, that type of thing. And I've just sort of, I've had some opportunities to lay some very firm boundaries. And like if someone was saying something I didn't really agree with, like I could just make it clear and move on. Yeah, stuff like that feels good too, because it's like, dang, normally I like wouldn't say anything and then I'd feel bad about the situation, and like it's not like I'm being mean either. It's like, I don't really see it that way, but thank you. Like just a very like not aggressive, just a let someone know that they've hit a wall type of thing. Because a lot of people don't know how to react to that. A lot of people think they can just say whatever and it has minimal consequence. But if you're just like, I don't know about that one, chief. And they're like, oh. Anywho, we were answering questions and I got off on a whole fucking tangent. My bad. Let's see. Angie asked, what YuuriVoice boy could you beat in a fight? Assuming that it is a straight up street fight, like no rules, no holds barred, fuck somebody up kind of fight. Damn, I got some bad dudes on my roster. Charlie, I would beat in a fight. Faust, I would beat in a fight. Although no, I don't know. Charlie probably. Other than that, I think I'm taking an L. And who would win in a fight, Oron or Alphonse? I feel like that's a great fight. I feel like that's a great fight. I feel like, let's say Oron doesn't have a gun on him. So no weapons. Let's just say they start in a dark alleyway. Oh man. I think Alphonse would do well. Alphonse would do well, but Oron is like deceptively strong. So I think like Oron's walking away with like a busted face, but I feel like once Oron got his hands on him, I think it would be pretty... I think it would be pretty bad. Because, like, Oron's a bad dude. I do... like... The thing that Alphonse has going for him is, like, I feel like Alphonse knows how to use his length. So, like... He'd have a good jab and a good cross. But, like... You can only pepper a guy who wants to murder you so long, and when it gets close quarters, I feel like Alphonse doesn't have the grappling to contend with Oron's strength. The shy listener asked, be real with us here. Are there any things about the YuuriVoice community that you don't like? Any lines you feel some fans have crossed or don't want them to cross? I have talked about this before, and it bears repeating. Like, I am really, really proud of the community in general. I think for some reason or another, people have kind of picked up on my expectations. I've made some very firm, I have not minced words if there was something that bothered me or a behavior that was becoming prevalent. I would say pretty firmly, like, hey, whatever. I've been a dick about it too. Like, there's been times where if people are behaving in ways that have made me feel some type of way, like, I haven't always handled it the best. So that being said, moments like that are few and far between. I think what I'm really proud of is, like, I've never seen anyone go put down others in an attempt to talk nice about me. That's something that I find insufferable. Like, I would never want someone to try and promote or, like, gas me up to other people by shitting on other creators. I think, one, if you can't say a nice thing about me without saying something poor about another person, I don't want the compliment. I don't want you to advocate for me in that way. I think that's incredibly immature and absolutely unnecessary. Like, never put down another person in my name. I don't like that. And that's definitely something that can occur in online spaces. I just don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that. You're welcome to have an opinion. Like, obviously not everyone's gonna like everyone, but, like, don't gas me up by taking a piss on somebody else is my thing. Like, you can say nice things without doing all that. Other than that, like, you know, I just think, you know, people have been great. People have been great. I think anytime that I've said, hey, I don't like this, or can we not do that, it's been largely respected. What I found is, like, it will vary platform to platform. Like, the fandom, you may have different mileage depending on where you go. Like, I think the fandom on Tumblr is largely excellent. You know, the YouTube community in general is always great. TikTok is interesting. I'm not big on TikTok, which is kind of interesting to me. I don't really know if it's a demographic thing, if it's just, like, just a matter of whatever, but, like, Tumblr was where we got started. So, like, Tumblr's always gonna have a special place in my heart. Not that it's not without its issues. Like, you know what? Hold on. There is something, and I will be honest. People who are talking about one creator, but using tags for other creators in it, is so obnoxious. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. That's so weird. Also, like, you're whether you realize you're doing it or not, you're going to create conflict. And, like, you're just not There's no reason to do that at all. Like, if the post was somehow about two things at once, cool. But like, you don't just tag a post like, here's my top 5 creators, but I'm talking about this other one. It's like, the people who see it aren't going to want to see that. I don't know. I just don't love that. It's a bad idea. From a guy who has had blogs, it's a bad idea as a blogger. Like, that's all. Yeah, I don't, in any area of the internet, like, anonymous hate accounts are uncomfortable at best. But there's no reason they can exist, is kind of my vibe. It's like, I don't like that. I don't like being involved at all, but like, it gives me a big ick in any like online community, because it encourages, it can encourage some nastiness, I guess. Not to say people can't have opinions, but also I feel like it invites people to be as nasty as fucking possible. That's concerning. Because, like, it's one thing, like, I can deal with it, but, like, I just think about, like, community members seeing that and feeling some type of way, or, like, they're less safe, you know? Safe. Don't love that. Thankfully, I don't think there's been a whole lot of that. So that's cool, but you know. But also, like, I don't there's a certain level of, like, hands-on with your community you should be, but then there's, like, micromanaging. Like, on Tumblr, actually, I got a great question that was like, hey, do you have any rules for, like, how people draw fan art of your characters? Like, how people draw your characters? Mochi, no. Ugh, that boy thought he was gonna climb the wall. Someone asked, like, do you have any, like, rules for how people can draw your characters? And my assumption was, like, it might have been, like, someone who wanted to draw, like, a race swap or a gender bend, anything like that. Which I don't care. My big answer was like, it would be weird of me to, like, micromanage what people want to do with their fan art and, like, shit like that. I love that people respect me enough to ask me, but, like, I also think you shouldn't even have to ask me. I think you should be free to do whatever, and it would be, I think it's weirdo behavior if I'm like, no, you can't do X, Y, or Z. The example I used was like, oh no, don't draw, like, weird fetish art with my character. Like, that ain't my business. Like, yeah, I do care about my characters a lot, and I care about my characters a lot, and I don't want, my big caveat was like, hey, so long as you're not, like, purposefully trying to make people uncomfortable, or like, hey, Mochi, As long as you're not being a dick. That's basically my rule of thumb for everything. If you're not being a dick, cool. Cool. Like, you want to draw, like, chubby Seth. You want to draw anything like that. That's fine with me. And again, like, also not my business. Like, I'm not your dad. I'm not here to tell you, like, what you should and shouldn't do. I feel like that's a boundary for y'all that I think is good for me to have. It's like, I don't need to go argue with people. I don't need to go like agree with people. I don't need to go correct people. I don't need to, there's a certain like non-interference that I think it's wise for creators to have. Because I just don't think it's worth it. Yeah, people getting mad about headcanons on the internet and shit, like, it's not. I think the way that I've described it before is like, hey, if I've created something that people are so excited about, they want to go play pretend with it, I'm thrilled. Because you know how I got started? I got started on my little creative journey playing pretend with other people's fictional characters. When I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I was like, I like this character. I'm going to imagine them completely out of character, doing things they would never do, and basically making them a completely different character. And you know what? Nobody finger wagged me or told me to stop or fucking anything like that. Like, it's not that serious. It's never been that serious. I do think that if a creator does have wishes for a character to not be, whether it's drawn or what are portrayed in a certain way, I think it's important to remember, like, a lot of the people this might be happening with are independent creators, you know? Like, it's different than taking, let's say, a Pokemon character. Hi, Guzma. It's a little different because this is a massive corporation, it's mainstream, it's a whole thing. It is very out there. You're not going to be able to get a direct line to, hi, I'm the creator of Guzma Pokemon. It's different. It is different. And yes, Welcome Home is a good example. It's a good example. I think it's also when, in the case of Welcome Home, you also have to know, like, when something goes beyond your usual reach, like when it breaks through the stratosphere and gets massive, it's no longer your baby, which is really hard. And it's a difficult expectation to put on a creator who's just an independent little guy. Like, that's tough sometimes. And I don't know shit about Welcome Home. I only know the name and what it is. You know, it's tougher because, like, what are you gonna do at that point? You can't tell hundreds of thousands of people don't do it and then expect them to actually listen, you know? In that case, it becomes a, like, you can put your wishes out there, but, like, people are gonna do what people are gonna do, especially when something has just blasted past orbit and is now, like, a thing. So, you know, it's also a great problem to have in the big picture, right? It's like, wow, there are so many people who like my thing. Me just saying, hey, don't do that, like, doesn't work anymore, because, like, 90% of the people who are interested aren't even going to hear me say it because there's that many of them. Yeah. So. Haru. That boy beeping. Oh, we have been here for a hot minute. I did not think this was going to run that long. Haru. That
boy beeping. You had dinner, Stinky. Let's see. Oh, Coda Kitten asked, what's your plan as far for the timing of releasing Echoes and Shattered? Like all of Echoes first and then Shattered, or will they overlap a bit? And do you have plans for different character one-shots mixed in the same way you did when putting out Lost and Found? Thank you. I don't know yet. It would be a little difficult with Shattered. And I don't really know what needs to come out first. I have to write it. I need to write and kind of figure out, like, hey, does this need to be a thing before this is a thing, etc. So. If you could give one message to any future storyteller or audio creator, what would it be? Man, that's a great question. Honestly, I think a piece of core advice is like, just pursue what interests you. You know, one of my big, like, foundational pieces of the philosophy of being a content creator has been, like, if I'm having fun, people will gravitate towards that. Because, like, I look back at my early stuff, and it's bad. It is just not great. But I was having fun. And the content was fun because I was having fun. And people enjoyed it because it was that. It was just interesting and it worked. So just staying true to, like, what motivated you to want to create. Because I've changed a lot of things. I've changed a million things. But at the heart of it, it's like, this is what I'm really passionate about making. And it's not always great. But I did it. And I'm happy that I did it. And I was able to learn from it. Let's see. Pilk Lover asks, are there any plans with Charlie and the Little Raccoon Baby? Yes. There are. Because of my little break that happened at the start of the month, I wanted to do the Charlie and Raccoon naming video for Lost and Found sooner, but hasn't happened yet. Let's see. Needin asked, I've been dying to know for a while, when did you decide Boo's house was going to be Al's childhood home? Was it when you just started Butter Sweat or more recently? It wasn't at the beginning. It was sometime during chapter 3. I had started thinking about what happens when they go home and when they're, like, dealing with post-Christmas. And I just had the idea for the photograph, and I was like, fuck. That makes a lot of sense. And I started to really think about it. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. And just the implication. I love reveals that make you look at the past in a different light. Like, you think about, wow, what was it like the first time Alphonse
visited Boo at their house. A moment that probably seems super, like, super just not that big of a deal, and suddenly it's like, oh my god, what was he dealing with internally? Thinking about, not only was this Alphonse and Boo's Christmas together there in that house, but like now we've got Seth there too, and like, well, when was the last time they spent Christmas together, and it being there, you know, stuff like that. A lot of people see the implication had been that, well, I guess they lived at the apartment in the shop. But knowing how big studio apartments are, it just seemed, it was something I hadn't even really thought that deep about. And I was like, no, that would make sense. Like, maybe it was just like a bonus. Like, oh, the shop just has that, and they had a home. That would make sense. Yeah. I like that. And just, I think about how, like, so not only was Alphonse pissed that, like, Derek's fucking with Seth and whatnot, but, like, Derek knows where Boo lives. Derek has, like, now, like, leaked into this bubble Alphonse has. Like, the town that they're in, he feels safe there. Like, he's undergone his, like, transformation there. He's started a life there. He's happy there. He's safe from his past there. And, like, it's one thing for, like, Seth to show up on his doorstep, but, like, for just that feeling like Derek and all the shit associated with him know about my childhood home where the person I love now stays. Like, they know where my safest place is, and how, like, no wonder Alphonse was so ready to go, like, fight. I love that. I love it. I very, very happy about that. And, you know, Boo hasn't told Alphonse that they know. Or that he knows. No, that they know. Sorry, words and different characters. Boo has not told Alphonse that they know. Because that's a pretty heavy thing to bring up when you're trying to party and decompress from all the... Yes, they live in Al's old house. They have always lived in Al's old house. The house was on the market when they moved in. That is where they have been staying. Yes. Plus Ultra Otaku asked, I'd like to know if we get to see a shot of Dark Mode Alphonse talking to Finn when he said the night at the gas station. That probably would be interesting. That entire conversation would probably be interesting. Any chance we'll get a Chibi Oron magnet sticker to match the other boys? I'd love to get one. Yeah. Yeah. That style has been one that I've thought was a lot of fun. We haven't revisited it in a while. But the next time we update the shop, I think there will be some new things. And that's a good idea. After seeing a photo of Al's parents, would you say that he got his personality from his mom and looks from his dad? Yeah. That's his mom, definitely little shit energy. And dad, I mean, dad, obviously. Oh shit, I'm so late. Studio Wabi Sabi said, hey, I know you just watched Magic Claims Animatic, but I made some myself. This stream's already run long, but remind me next time around, and we will do it again, and we will check out some things. Yeah, because I'm like trying to speed through these queues so I can get my some dinner. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. I'd love to. If I don't have dinner soon, I'm gonna feel really bad. Let's see. Nerds Candy asked, will you do a sleep aid? I'm sleep deprived and I live off of them. Any character. Yes. So Jackie has had the artwork like list for me to do the art that goes with the videos. It's happening. I don't know, I don't have an ETA on them, but like they are closer to reality than they have ever been. Let's see. Mochi. Sunlight asked, I'm sure you've gotten this question before, but what do you use to record and edit your audios? Audacity. That's my go-to program because it is the low price of free and it's pretty easy to use. Horned Crow asked, hello Yuri, I'm new to your channel due to some friends getting me into it, and I wanted to say I enjoy your work. I've come to ask, how do you feel about Oron? What are your thoughts on him? Man, I love Oron a lot. I feel about Oron the same way I do about Finn at the moment. Where like, man, I know more about him than you guys do. And I really love Oron, and I love his story, and he's pathetic. He's pathetic in a way because he made a decision at a young age when he's emotional, hormonal, but driven by this feeling. And I think there's something wonderful about a character who's driven by a naive belief in a feeling. It's a very anime type of thing. It's usually a loud, obnoxious protagonist, and it's usually the power of friendship. But with Oron, it's something different. It's this need to protect. It's this need to he hadn't, I mean, well, I can't even say all that, but like, I think he's wonderfully naive. And I think he knows it now. He knows it, but like, he also can't deny that that same belief that led him there, like, he still feels it. Like, he'd make the same choice again and again and again. Like, he can't not unhear this thing that calls out to him within himself. I love that. I don't think I've written a character like that. I don't think I realized I was writing a character like that. I thought it was very I only saw like a vague outline of who he was gonna be. And then as I started to put the pieces together, I was like, oh shit, he's like this. I didn't even realize he was like this. So yeah, I feel really strongly about Oron. And he's great. You'll be seeing some new sides of him for sure. And it's worth saying I feel that way about Finn too, in some different ways. You know, there's so much that people don't know about Finn right now. Like, Finn has been welcome to Dreamer, Bex, or welcome to Dreamer. Thank you for joining. With Finn, a lot of it's like I was so unsure what to really do with Finn for a long time. And then for an even longer time, I've known what I was doing with Finn, but I haven't been able to tell you. I haven't been able to show you. You know, in a perfect world, you would have known a lot more about Finn before the bittersweet stuff happened. If I could go back and do it differently, I would. Bittersweet Chapter 3 was filled with IRL challenges. And decisions were made and things happened and they played out the way they did. But that being said, I'm really excited for you guys to get to know Finn. It's funny to me because people view his archetype as like, oh, he's like the nervous, shy, you know, stammering mess. And Finn, real Finn, the Finn that has informed every other Finn's decision and personality, isn't quite that. He's actually like a lot more complicated, which I'm nervous about because it's a big leap. A lot of people like that he's a shy, stammering, nervous mess, which isn't to say that he can't be that. But Finn, I would not fuck with Finn. Huh. Am I going to any conventions soon? Soon? I don't have any plans. I know there's one 18 plus con up in Dallas that I've asked to see if I could participate in. I don't remember the name. Hey, what are you doing? What are y'all doing? cats are being bad. And other than that, like, I'd love to do Colossal Con again. That went really well. Other than that, I don't have any big plans. I make the mistake of, like, finding out that a thing's happening a little later than I should have found out that it was happening. Huh. Are there any tropes or plots that you hate or squick you out that you never do or write an audio for? Yeah, I don't like having kids. I don't like marriage. It's not particularly my my forte. Is Guzma ever coming back? So this is funny. People have been, man, someone on old Patreon was really letting me know that they were disappointed that, like, Guzma and Leon weren't happening, which is like, that's fine. I don't know if you should, like, guilt me. But that being said, I was sitting down to write. So some of the ways that I do things is, like, now I'll write the, like, title of the video while I'm brainstorming and really nail the title. And I had an idea for some Guzma shit. Just some, like, it would be so easy. It's not a fucking it's not tied to anything. It's just like, listeners got it bad for Guzma and he's gonna bully them a little bit. And I was like, damn, that would be really easy. I should probably do that because it would be fun. So yeah. Lemon Rat said, now that we've seen Alphonse and Seth as kids, will we get flashback photos of the other boys as kids? I can say for sure that you'll see a younger Oron. I don't know if kid is the right word, but you'll see a younger Oron. I don't want to do it's just weird to me because people want to fuck these characters. Like, I know what I'm doing here. Like, I make pretty boys that people want to bang, and then I sell you bang, you know? Trey, you might not see it if you're on mobile. I think you have to be on desktop. And, like, I just don't want, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a little weird to me. It's a weird thing. It's not weird, but goddamn, I know people on the internet could be weird, and I really don't want them to. That would make me feel uncomfortable. So, you know, people will be like, oh, I want to know how, like, I want to see, like, flashback Alphonse and Seth, like, them in school or something. And I'm like, guys, it is a cute idea. Everything that I really do, I'm, like, trying to make the point to peddle smut. So, like, maybe that's just a cute little idea for you to think about and not for me to go make content out of. Also, doing that with my voice doesn't sound fun either. So, you know. That's the kind of thing, like, you know, writing a little scene between the two of them in a flashback would be cute to share. I just, you know. Thank you, Galaxy Mushroom. They said, not really a question, just want to say thank you for your hard work. Your work has inspired me to no end and helped me through my darkest moments. Thank you for everything you do. That's very sweet. Thank you. Oh, we did it. We did it. There's a whole lot of stuff in the content suggestion form. I will check that out, but my booty hurts. I want to rest. So, upcoming stuff. Speaking of Guzma, I'm going to, we have Guzma compilations still. So Monday will probably be the next Guzma compilation. And then there should be some fresh content. I can't promise anything, but I feel like I'll be back cooking again. So, yeah. That means Smut's coming soon, because we got to get some Smut out. So, that'll be fun. Yeah. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you. I'm going to go stuff my face. Have a good night, everyone. Good time zone. Take care of yourselves. Thank you all very much.